We're going to give you our final predictions. We'll go through your fan feelings coming up next here on Locked On Sooners.
You are Locked On Sooners, your daily podcast on the Oklahoma Sooners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Once again, thanks for making Locked On Sooners your first listen every single day. Shout out to all the everydayers out there. Tune in and subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. We're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Hey, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. If you like what we do here on Locked On, please hit it wherever you get your podcasts, especially over on YouTube. We're like 225 subscribers from 15,000. If you can help us get there, trying to get there by Texas. I believe in you. I believe in the Sooner magic that you can help get us there. By the time Texas and Oklahoma kick off. Jay, you want to do some fan feels?
Let's get it. Let's see how the fans are feeling about this game. And we're going to give some very bold predictions to wrap up.
Hey, and I love that you all love this. Like, this is one of my favorite parts of the week is your feedback and what you're feeling about the game coming up. So let's talk about it right here. This one comes from Warren Price, 9257. Offense is going to have to get creative and get the run game going. And on the defensive side, our back end needs to stay aggressive and stay in the receiver's hip pockets.
100%. We got to get creative in just finding ways to get Torrey Blaylock and Jaden Ott going again. Like I mentioned before, this is the game where I can't say I need to see big yards from them. We just did not do it. We seemed disinterested in blowing out a very bad team, and that's the game that you're supposed to get your warm-ups on. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, the mentality of this team has been a lot different this year than in years past. It feels like they have their set on destroying the opposition. So because of that, I give them a slight pass. But this one, we need the O-line figured out because if he plays, this is it. He's going to have to play the whole season, and we need to go ahead and get our money's worth.
Yeah, it's about the run game. If you need anything to take off in this one, it's the run game. You got to help John Mateer out. You can't expect him to drop back to pass 50 times. You can't expect him to have one of those games like Michigan where he was responsible on like 54 of those plays, drop backs and runs. You got to help him out a little bit. Run game, Torrey Blaylock, Jaden Ott, offensive line. It's your time. Like, this is a great opportunity to break out. Please do it. Let's go. And then the cornerbacks, yeah. I think my one concern about the corners is they've been susceptible to the double move. That's going to happen with an aggressive defense. Just hang back a little. Like, don't bite on every stutter. Be just consistent. Understand that, hey, the deep ball is going to kill you more than a curl route. So just, read it, see it cleanly, and then react. Yeah. This one, Oklahoma by 10 or more, and our defense really needs to destroy their offense. UT's offensive line needs work, and our defense should be able to feast 3 turnovers and at least 1 defensive TD. This one comes from Charles.
Oh, a defensive TD would be awesome. Remember, in that Florida game, the Texas-Florida game, Florida blocked a punt. Right? They went through and got that. And that's something that we like to make attempts at. Mm-hmm. So, Sammy O, if you can get the speed going, just don't hit the kicker, the punter, and give them more yards. Now, kind of probably would prefer it be from Peyton Bowen, who we've seen block punts on a couple of occasions as he's also turned up his game. But Sammy O, this may be your opportunity to be a legend at Red River or become a villain. So be careful.
Yeah, I mean, I think the defense, if they can get a defensive TD, that's going to be absolutely huge. Now, just get some turnovers. Obviously, that's a big difference maker in games like this. Just win the turnover battle in general. Oklahoma has turned the ball over. We hadn't gotten any turnovers until Kent State, but we broke the ice on that. They say turnovers come in bunches. It's a perfect opportunity to get some more bunches. And then this one from Rudy Wristlock. Limit turnovers, run the ball as much as possible, and limit Arch's time in the pocket. Doesn't matter who plays at quarterback, as our defense will shut out that offense. I love that.
Yeah, very good chance to do that. We the team is built for it. Mm-hmm. Like the valid points there is the defense can shut down this offense. It's built for it. This defense. I mean, I know y'all hate hearing me toot my own horn on a regular basis, but hey, I feel like, John, I need to continue to do this and remind y'all. Told y'all, man, Brent Venables' defense has improved year over year. And looking back at what he did at Clemson, Usually around the fourth season, I think the third season is when he saw the biggest leap. Fourth season was okay, and then fifth season he got the number one defense in the country. Looks like he's accelerated that to where it's his fourth season now, to where you can lead a defense that's in the top 3 in just about every critical, statistic. And this is the game where you can up your efficiency numbers. Go ahead and shut as much stuff down as possible and move that needle. I think we can do it.
Yeah, Texas on third down is not good offensively. Okay. Oklahoma on third down, best in the nation. They're fantastic. Oklahoma's defense only allowing third down conversions on 17.39% of attempts. Texas on third downs converting at just 34%. It's like bottom 30. So that's a great opportunity for Oklahoma. And again, Texas has also played some cupcakes. Yes, they played Ohio State. Yes, they played Florida, but they've also played Sam Houston and San Jose State and UTEP. So these numbers are pretty consistent. This one comes from Caravan OK or Carvan. Yeah, Carvan OK. I just hope the run blocking opens up holes for explosive runs on the quarterback run game. As the old adage states, defense wins championships.
It does. And that's actually the thing that this team has bought into, is the idea that defense wins championships, which is why Brent Venables has built an elite defense that he promised we would have. They will be ferocious. They will be their focus will be getting to their quarterback, and we are now in a situation where we feel like it's been fulfilled. He's doing exactly what he said he would do. I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah, if they can create an efficient run game in this one, and I just really feel like Torrey Blaylock is due. I feel like this is the one where he's going to have the big 40-yard run. The big one that ends up on the highlight reels down the road when we talk OU Texas. He's going to. I feel like he's going to have one of those kind of runs in this game. So I can't wait. I hope that happens because it would be huge for Oklahoma's offense. Final one here: Stone, Jackson, Williams, Halton, R. Mason Thomas, PJ Okoye, Jones Jr., the most dominant D-line in college football. 27-14, Oklahoma. Arch perhaps emotionally damaged by halftime. This comes from Kenneth Watson.
I love the idea of us making them emotionally damaged. We kind of need that.
Yeah.
And I mentioned that Texas is the wounded animal in this one. They are, because, being 3-2 is not a good start for the aspirations they have. And this could lead them into a downward spiral. Totally see it. In your boys' mind, too, is we're also a little wounded after 2 of the 3 times we played them. We haven't had fully functional offenses, and we need to get our revenge. And so we got a chance to do it now. Let's get our revenge. Let's goose egg them as much as possible in a game where they have most of their players. If we can go and, run up the score a little bit, we probably will.
The defense remembers. The defense remembers what this game looked like a year ago. And remember, it was a really close game in the first half. It only got away from you in the second half.
Yeah, when you start to see that fatigue kick in.
When the defense realized that the offense wasn't going to be able to do anything, they weren't going to be able to move the ball and put points on the board. That's kind of when things unraveled. Well, you've got your quarterback. You've got an offense that's healthy. You've got an offense that can actually play complementary football with you as an elite defense. It's all coming together.
You know what's crazy, John, too? We've played an average of 20 less snaps on defense this season so far.
That's awesome.
Like, that's a crazy stat to think about, that we've only played like 200 and some snaps so far this season, and last year we were well closer to 400 snaps at this point.
Huge.
Why? Because it was one of those where the defense had to play all the time because we just could not get the offense going and the health was kicking our butt.
Yep.
Well, now we are in a situation where we're way more balanced than we were before. So, yeah. Final prediction, John?
Let's go, Jay. What's your score prediction for this game?
I think it's going to be a defensive battle. I would love for this game to be like 56-0. That would warm my heart, but we're not going to get that. I'm just going to be realistic here.
Yeah.
I think Texas defense is actually legitimately solid, and they're going to be a pain in our side on this. But I do think we keep this low for them and a little bit more for us. I'm going to stick to around 23-10, and I think that it is a double-digit dub.
Yeah. So initially I was thinking like 19-13. I think that's kind of where I was leaning, and it was going to be a big Tate Sandell game. John Mateer back in the fold. I'm going 27-13.
Okay.
I do think that Texas gets into the scoring areas a couple times in this one. Early in the game, maybe kick a field goal or two, but Oklahoma, the talent on defense is just too much. They've got the best unit on the field with their defensive front. Texas has got some really talented players on that defense. I'm not going to discount that at all. But with what Oklahoma brings along their defensive line, it's better than anything that Texas has.
Yep.
And what we saw last week against Florida, when our guy Brandon Olson of Locked On Gators mentioned that they created 35 total pressures of Arch Manning, this is a better defensive front than that. And if Brent Venables and the defensive front can get home rushing just 4 or 5, and they can leave more back in the secondary for coverage, that's going to create a lot of fits for Arch Manning, and he's not going to be comfortable in this game. And so I think that creates a lot of opportunity for you to have great field position, because special teams has been thriving over the last few weeks. And Isaiah Satania also looks due to get a punt return for a touchdown as well.
Ooh, that'd be nice. Give me a special teams touchdown. I like a defensive touchdown and a special teams touchdown. I can take those over even the offense scoring.
Yeah.
If I can get special teams touchdowns and a defensive touchdown, I'm happy.
And we've seen like this offense will move the ball, and they'll get into field goal areas, and Brent Venables has been more than willing to kick field goals with this defense that he's got and just take points. So I think that Oklahoma is going to, I don't know, I just feel like they're going to be fired up and ready to go in this one, and Texas is not going to be ready.
Fired up.
Yeah. I mean, they'll be ready. They'll come out of the gates maybe early with some energy, but it won't take long before Oklahoma's defense kind of suffocates them and slows things down and lets them know, hey, every yard you look for is going to be really, really tough to get. So that's going to do it for today's episode of Locked On Sooners. Thanks so much for tuning in and being a part of the show. Subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. We're free and available on all podcast platforms and on YouTube. So hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to let you know when new episodes drop. Follow Jay at Unfair Sports. Go check out his channel, Unfair Sports, on YouTube. You can follow me at John9Williams. And you can read my work covering the Sooners over at SoonersWire.com. The show is at Locked On Sooners on all of your favorite social media platforms. But until next time, where we'll break down everything that happened in the Red River Showdown, he's Jay Smith. I'm John Williams. We'll talk to you then. Boomer.
Sooner. Horns down. Blow them out.
And Texas sucks.